This is Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell on the Forge Audio Network.
4 announcements have been made for players up for major awards, and 3 Forge players plus Coach Bobby have been nominated. Okay, this club is on fire. Forge fans, welcome back to another episode. Today is Thursday, October 19th, 2023. I am your host, Mackenzie Barwell, here to give you all things Forge FC. It's Thursday, which means this is the last day of Forge Daily this week. Tomorrow, you can expect an episode of Max Access. And yesterday, if you haven't already gotten the chance to listen, Behind the Beard came out. But today, as I mentioned, a few things to talk about concerning major award winners, because between yesterday and today, 2 more came out. So we will talk about the Forge nominees amongst these groups, and then briefly go over what Tavernier will be up to in the coming weeks with the national team. So first things first, let's get started with Mandrakar James. He is Forge's nominee for Defender of the Year. Manny got 26 appearances with almost 2,500 minutes played, 1,765 passes, 184 recoveries, and 2 assists. I know that's a lot of numbers, but that is honestly the best way to encompass how accomplished his season has been. More recently, though, he's had a handful of scoring opportunities, and I'm honestly surprised that he doesn't have any numbers in the goals category yet. So maybe we'll see that next Saturday. I don't know. Fingers crossed. We'll see. He is also alongside nominees from Cavalry FC, Dan Klomp, and the Halifax Wanderers, Daniel Nemec, to make up that 3-person ballot. But to give you some context going into this season, Manny was one of Forge's biggest signings of the season. He plays a significant role in that back line. It's almost like, if the back line were a brick wall, it's almost like Manny's kind of the foundation. He's kind of cement himself into this team, if you will. It didn't take long for him to make his presence known. He earned the title of CPL Player of the Week in Week 3 and has been recognized in the Team of the Week in 3 and 15. But I'm not done yet. Some other noteworthy stats. He also won 59 battles in the air this season, ranking him 3rd in the league, plus 1st among defenders in total duels won with 175. So, of course, recording performances like that, he helped lead Forge to finishing 2nd fewest goals conceded and 1st in the league for fewest goals conceded on the road of any CPL team in 2023. Now, as you know, the award will be voted upon by a few select media members. The winner of this award will receive a walrus statue. And I honestly love reading these descriptions. I did it the other day with the Coach of the Year. But according to the CPL website, okay, the Defender of the Year will get a walrus because the animal is one of the ocean's toughest creatures, feared even by polar bears and killer whales, like a tenacious defender who is a true guardian of the gates for his squad. So that's Mandrakar James. Like, these are all pretty accurate to who we've seen thus far. All right, let's move on. We've got Marco Carducci, Ryan Yesley, and as of noon today, Tristan Henry has been announced as Forge FC's nominee for the Golden Glove. The award, of course, honors the best goalkeeper of the season. So let's take a look at G's stats, because he has continued to be an absolute cornerstone for Forge. I keep having to update his clean sheet count because it feels like each week he just continually adds to it. So in total, in the regular season, he collected 9 plus 5 inclusions in the Gatorade CPL Team of the Week, which, by the way, is the most of any CPL goalkeeper in 2023. And he was also the only one to be recognized as Goalkeeper of the Month twice this season, in May and July. If you've been a Forge fan for a while, you might recall when he took home the award in 2020, as well as his 2 other nominations in 2019 and 2021. So in total, this is G's 4th nomination, and rightfully so, as he has finished the league leading goalkeepers in 221 total recoveries, 87% passing accuracy, and 24 saves from outside the box. All right, last but not least, unrelated to the CPL awards, but definitely a Forge player worth highlighting in today's episode. Yesterday, it was announced that KJ Tavernier has been called up yet again to the U17 men's national training camp in Bali. I believe that will take place in approximately just over 2 weeks following the CPL final. But essentially at this camp, based on performance, they will select the U17 men's national roster for the World Cup, which will take place in Indonesia shortly later. So absolutely huge for KJ. He was actually with Sigma today training for one of their matches, so I didn't get the chance to talk to him. However, I definitely have plans to sit down with him either tomorrow or early next week because that's a huge deal. With that said, to close out today's episode, I mentioned in Behind the Beard yesterday that the team started training with football, like the American style. So I had to check in with Bobby about who he saw in what position. But before that, I also asked some Forge players who they would draft to their team, let's say if they were on the Ticats. So here was Malik, Dom, and then later KJ and Simon on which Forge players would best fit a quarterback, running back, and wide receiver.
Running back, Dom Samuels. Wide receiver, pause, me. Quarterback, Kyle Becker or Tristan Burgess. Or Garvin Methuselah. He had a rocket on him today.
Running back, me, Dom Samuel. Quarterback, Tristan Burgess or Kyle Becker. And wide receiver, Malik.
Quarterback,
running back, receiver?
yeah. Receiver, Manny for sure.
No,
Manny.
running back. Are you kidding me?
No, Manny's a running
Remy
back?
running back.
Remy running back for sure. Manny receiver after today.
And Ali quarterback.
Ali, oh yeah.
The finesse.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Low-key.
And on that note, we will wrap up today's episode. Thank you all so much for listening today and the rest of the week. If you tuned into other episodes, stay tuned for Max Access tomorrow. I had a great conversation with Garvin Methuselah, and he may or may not have revealed his recipe for Garb's egg sandwiches. So if that doesn't incentivize you to listen to the episode, I actually don't know what will.
This has been Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell. If you like what you heard, please like, follow, subscribe, comment, and share.